Hello everyone and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. We are United Airlines 1349 today with service out of Chicago O'Hare over to Orlando, Florida. Our airtime is roughly 2 hours and 14 minutes with a block of 2 hours and 42 minutes. We're going to be climbing all the way up to 37,000 feet today. We have a wind component there of +9. And a passenger count of 139. I basically have everything set up and ready to go. I don't think there is any more things to configure on the overhead panel, and the FMC is pre-flight complete. We just have to get word from our flight attendants, and we'll be able to get pushed back from this gate here and over to 22 left. So let's hop in the cockpit and finish setting up so we can get on out of here. Alright guys, we are here in the cockpit of the 737, and as I said before, everything is set up and ready to go. I went through the checklist, and I'm just going to have a peep up at the overhead panel and just make sure everything is where I want it. Yes, flight altitude 37,000 feet. We have an elevation of 96 or 95 into Orlando. So I have 100 in the landing altitude. We are on the APU gens. APU bleed is running. Packs are in the auto position. Yaw damper is on. Window heats are on. IRSs are in the nav position. And beacon can come on. Or the anti-collision light, whatever. Logo lights can't come on because it's going to be approaching darkness here pretty soon. And that is good to go there. I'm going to get word from our flight attendants, and we should be able to push out of here.
Welcome aboard this United flight. United is a proud member of the Star Alliance network. Please make sure all carry-on items are securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Customers in United Global First and United Business First must stow all items in an overhead or side storage compartment.
Okay, we are now ready for a push. So let's get a tug connected here. Once we get pushed back, I'm going to get engines 2 and 1 started in sequence. Let's get the ODP. Apparently O'Hare doesn't have SIDS, they have obstacle departure procedures, and that altitude requires 5,000 feet, so we're going to set that. LNAV cannot be armed at this time. Once we get in the air, LNAV should be good to go, and let's get pushed back out of here so we can get the hell on out of here. Alright guys, we have been completely pushed back from the gate there. We can do the before start checklist. Fuel pumps can come on. The packs are going to be coming off here shortly. And APU bleed is on. The anti-collision light is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Ground equipment is clear. And the engine area is also clear. We are going to be using this display here to monitor the engine start. Packs can't come off. Packs are off, and 2 and 1 are going to be coming on in sequence.
On today's flight, we have 3 flight attendants. You can look for the language bar worn on their uniforms. At this time, we ask that you direct your attention to the following important safety presentation. Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Before we to this important safety information. If you're seated in an exit row, you may be required to assist the crew in an emergency. If you're unable to perform the functions described on the safety card, please advise the flight attendant for reseating at the end of this video.
To fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, insert the metal fitting into the buckle. Tighten the belt by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the buckle flap.
It's marked with a sign overhead. The main doors open by moving the large handle in the direction of the arrow. Open the upper wing exits by removing the cover and pulling to jump into the slide with your legs in front of you. When you're on the ground, move away from the airplane. Over-wing exits should not be used in a water landing unless directed by a crew member.
Look around to locate the 2 exits nearest your seat. In some cases, your nearest usable exit may be behind you.
In an evacuation, exit path lights will illuminate to guide you to an exit.
A life vest equipped with a water-activated light is located under or near your seat. It can be identified by a red tab. Do not remove it unless directed by a flight attendant. If needed, pull the red tab to remove the vest. Tear open the pouch, remove and unfold the vest. To secure the vest, slip it over your head. Pull the straps from the back and attach the hooks to the ring in front. Pull the waist straps away from you until they are tight around your waist.
Alright guys, that is 2 good engine starts there. We can get on the APU gens. APU can come off. APU is coming down there. APU bleed can come off as well. And packs can come back on. The hydraulic pumps, all that stuff is good to go. We can hit our recall. Nothing of interest. And let's get our trim set. Let's see if I can find it there. Perf. What is our trim? We have a trim of 5.62, guys, so we're gonna get that set. So we got the trim set of 5.62, and we can start the before taxi checklist. Probe heats can now come on. Where is it? Probe heats. Packs are in auto. The engine anti-ice is going to be coming on later. APU bleed is off. APU is off. Start switches to continuous. That's good to go there. Flaps are set. Elevator trim is set. Flight controls are free and correct. Recall has been checked. Lower display unit is off. Taxi light on. And runway turnoff lights are going to be coming on once we get established on 22 left. But at this point, parking brake can be released. And we can spool her up, and we're going to start taxiing all the way to 22 left. Alright guys, I am going to make a U-turn here right about now. It looks like we're going to get a sunset departure here out of Chicago. Which is very beautiful, and we should be getting into Florida. It looks like before 7, but then that could rapidly change. So I will update you guys once we are in the air. But we definitely are going to be getting a sunset departure here. Alright guys, we are ready for takeoff here on runway 22 left out of Chicago. We can get lights on. All lights are on. Runway turn-off lights. Taxi light can come off. Logo light is on. Anti-collision light is on. Wing light can come on. And I believe everything else is good to go there. Let's just turn up everything there. Yeah, that's it. Let's get lined up on 22 left, and we're gonna activate flight recorder once we get lined up, and we're also gonna get the clocks on as well. So I'm gonna take my foot off the manual brakes there. I am going to put some power in there and get us lined up. Alright guys, parking brake is released there. We are good to hit clock, and clock as well on my phone. We're going to get the throttles up to 40% there. Toga. And I'm just focus on our departure here. Steer cockpit from here.
80 knots.
80 knots.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive brake.
Gear up. We're gonna start making our left turn here, guys. Gonna keep an eye on that nose. We're getting too high there. Flaps up. And we're just going to, I'm going to get myself over to the magenta there. So we got the speed coming up. And we're just going to follow the departure here. And autopilot is on from here, guys. And we're just going to continue climbing out of Chicago. Alright guys, we are going to be going up to 220 now. We can hit level change, and we're just gonna keep on climbing up. And we are passing through 10,000 there, so all lights can come off. And the seatbelt signs are going to be coming off here shortly. Alright, and we are passing through the transition level there, so we can go standard on the pressure, and seatbelt signs can come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying with us. A special thank you and welcome back to our global service customers, Million Milers, 100K and Premier Execs on board. We do appreciate your business. They and Mileage Plus members will receive valuable miles for today's flight. To become a member, you can enroll online at united.com. The captain has asked the flight attendants to remain seated for just a few more moments. Even though you see us getting up to do our duties, we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. When Captain Karski turns off the sign, that will be indication it is safe to move about the cabin. If you're traveling with a small child or infant and the seatbelt sign goes on, they either have to be in their own seat with their seatbelt fastened or held securely on your lap. Please take care when opening overhead compartments, as contents may have shifted during our takeoff. And when seated, always keep your seatbelt fastened.
Alright guys, and we can go back into VNAV path there. At this time we can increase all the way up to our cruising altitude of 370. Level change, and we can just set that back to 225, and we're looking good here. Alright guys, we are now leveling off at flight level 370. This is going to be our cruising altitude for today. We should be here on the way to Orlando for the next couple hours and some change. But we're looking good here, and our ETA is going to be 1248 Zulu. So we're going to be chilling here all the way until Florida, and let's have a good flight. Alright guys, we are still here at just about 37,000 feet. I don't know, it's we haven't been able to stay at 37. It might have something to do with the wind, I'm not sure. But we are almost to the Georgia-Florida border there, so it is now a good time to brief the approach into Orlando. Now all of this stuff I do have set already. We have the course set for 5 degrees. The heading is set for 5 degrees as well. And we are going to be auto brakes 3. So we can set auto brakes 3. And we should be flaps 30 at 132 there, which gives us a VREF speed of 137. And I like that stopping margin. That stopping margin is very comfortable for me. And we should be good to go there. Runway heading is 6 degrees, but the charts asks for 5 degrees. I think as long as it's within 3 degrees of a difference there, we should be okay. And everything else is good to go. We have the navigation panels set. The localizer frequency for 35 right is good to go, and the Orlando VRR is set on a standby, and that's it. And it's also set on this the opposite side as well. So the approach briefing is complete, and we can now start following the checklist here. We already have the ATIS and airport information. The altimeters have been checked. Radios are set. The MCP altitude, we are going to set the missed approach altitude later, and that'll be fine there. The FMC approach reference is good. Localizer frequency is good. Low course is good. Anti-ice is going to be coming off. For landing, the landing altitude is set for 100. And radio altimeter is good. The bars are 290, so we have that set as well. And auto brake is 3, and that's set. So the descent checklist is complete there, and everything else is going to come when we do our 10 checklist. We should be descending here pretty soon, so I will bring you guys back when it's time to start descending. We'll be back on the ground in less than 20 minutes. Alright guys, it is now time to start descending here, so let's have a look here. We are going to need to be at about 240, so we can plug 240 in the box. Level change, and let's bring the range down here. There we go. And we're going down for flight level 240.
And with the sound of those double chimes, our flight's be coming to an end. Please prepare for landing. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened about you. Your tray table and seat back are in the upright and locked position. All video screens, head and footrests need to be stowed at this time. For those of you in Polaris First and Polaris Business, please press and hold your green airplane button on your control panel to bring your seat to its proper landing position. Also in Polaris First, secure your shoulder strap after fastening your seatbelt. All large personal electronic devices, such as laptops, must be turned off and be put away. You may continue to use your small, lightweight electronic devices, but these must be unplugged, switched to airplane mode, and secured. Please have a look around the airplane to refresh your memory of the location of your nearest emergency exits, keeping in mind your closest one may be behind you. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival and be seated in your jump seats. We'll be on the ground shortly.
Alright guys, we can now also decrease to flight level 170. And I am going to get some speed brakes in here so we can go to the flight detent. And that's going to help us get down too. I'm not sure if I want to use vertical speed right now, but we can. Let's see. We are 442 there. So we can get 22 on the vertical speed. There we go. And we're just going to continue going down. We are going to be passing through the transition level here pretty soon. So we can set the altimeter for 3025. And we are looking good there. We just passed through the transition level, so I have that set. We're going to be leveling off at 170 here soon. And we can just press B again. Altimeter is 30.27 now. And let's do the well, yeah, that's good to go. We're going to be doing a 10,000 checklist here pretty soon. Let's go down 11,000. And let's get some more speed brake. And down we go. Alright guys, we are approaching the my 20-mile fix for runway 35 right. So we're 20 nautical miles away, almost. A little bit over. We can now start the 10,000 feet checklist. We are still here at 11,000. We have 14,000 or below for this next waypoint here, so we're chilling at 11. And we have no more than 9 there. Once we pass this one, we can shoot for 8,000. And the speed is going to be coming down to 250 knots or 240 knots, and all of the lights are going to come on. The seatbelt signs are on already, and pretty much the 10,000 checklist is complete. We can start the approach checklist. Altimeters are set. The localizer frequency is set. Localizer course is set. Approach mode is going to be well, according to my settings, I have to get on the loc first before the approach. So we're going to do that here shortly. And flaps are going to be coming to 5 once we get to a point to where we can go to 220, which should be now. So we can start the setting for 8,000. Landing lights on. Engine mode start switches can go to continuous. Wing light on. And I think that's it there, guys. Let's see. Yes, we can slow down to 220 knots. And everything looks good there. Alright guys, I want to go down to 5,000 now. Level change. We can get some speed brakes in here pretty soon. Localizer does not want to come on yet. That's fine. It's just we're gonna wait until we get a little bit closer there. We are gonna be making a turn here shortly, so we can now start getting some flaps out. Alright guys, we are on flaps 10 there. The speed brake is armed. We can hold on. Yes, we can go down to flaps 15. And we can slow down to flaps 15 speed. Let's have a look here. We can go down to 3,000. Level change. Let's get the second autopilot on there. And flaps final. Flaps 30. And we can put 137 in the box. We are roughly 10 miles away. Once we get about 8 there, we can actually do it now. Gear down. Approach mode on. And landing checklist. Go around altitude of 3,000 is set. We have the all lights are on. Yes. And landing gear down. Both autopilots are on. And auto thrust, we're gonna leave that on. Anti-ice is gonna be off. That's good to go. Let's just put her down, guys. My aircraft, guys. We're a little bit too high here. $2,500. We're just gonna chase the ILS here. I didn't get a intercept there on the glide slope, I guess. So we're just gonna manually bring her down. We are good to go on the localizer there. Oh, we're still a little bit too high there.
1,000.
The speed's getting away from us too.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
300. Approaching minimums. 200.
Sink rate.
Minimums.
Continue.
Sink rate.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Nose down. Let's get some reverses in there. And storm. Welcome to Orlando, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all of your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening overhead compartments. You are now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. On behalf of United, our Star Alliance partners, and your entire flight crew, thank you for flying the friendly skies with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to welcoming you again on another United flight.
All right, guys, we have finally made it over to our gate here. We can go on APU gen. We can start the APU bleed. And let's get our jetway connected here. Let's use Microsoft Flight Simulator. Tune ground. Ground services. Request a jetway. And this jetway looks like there's a glitch there. But that's fine. We still have a jetway. Let's get a ground power unit here as well. Let's set those chocks. Let's get a GPU cart as well. Requests. And they're going to be connecting the ground power there. While they're connecting all of that stuff down there, let's get everything shut off. All right, we have successfully completed our flight over to Orlando today. It was a nice little short one. I am still trying to do this Tokyo flight. I think we should be good to go now with the recorder. Today is Monday. I go back to work on Thursday, so we might be able to handle this tomorrow. I will keep you guys posted. I want you all to take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.